Top5rapwebsite.com. You already know what's going on. Today, Saweetie, ICY review. She's from the Bay Area, so I'm from LA. So shout out to my Bay Area cousins, my Bay Area peoples. So I like to give my the California natives a chance. And there's been a lot of Saweetie hate online, so I don't want to pretend like this EP is bad. This EP is put together. You could tell there's a team behind her that's really working to get her sound right. Let me start with my favorite track. My favorite track on the entire EP was Hot Boy. And it sounds vastly different than everything else on this EP. It sounds a lot more layered. It sounds like, it doesn't even sound like anything else Saweetie has made. It sounds like someone else wrote the song, to be honest. It's a lot more layered. Kind of gives me Kari Fo vibes. If you know Kari Fo, I did a review of her Cry for Help project. Make sure you go check that out on top5rapwebsite.com. With some Kali Uchis, vibes on the chorus. It's a lot more layered and it's a lot more, just put together than the rest of the songs on the EP. This entire EP just feels like one big song about procuring jewelry for men. And I understand that the EP is called ICY, but it's not a concept tape. It's not a concept project. There's no really conceptual theme throughout here. Just a bunch of songs about getting jewelry, wearing jewelry, having sex. And I don't care if rappers rap about the same topics. One of my favorite rappers is Currency, and he mostly just raps about weed and lowriders. But he does so, and he flips the topic in a way to where it sounds fresh every time. When rappers just rap about the same topic over and over again, you run the risk of becoming derivative, repetitive. Just to go through a couple songs, Tiptoes featuring Quavo. It just has some pretty cringe-worthy lyrics, and I'll quote Saweetie here. All these bitches try to cop me, but he never swapped me. Nah. This nigga bought me Gucci and Prada da. So it's a spin on the Master P, make him say, nah. And she said Prada da. Quavo on this song, his flow kind of sounds really just basic, elementary. It sounds like you went in there and freestyled it, and that's never a good thing. I'm of the ilk that feels that the Migos are better together as a group than they are separately. I don't particularly enjoy Takeoff by himself. I didn't particularly enjoy Offset's Father of Four project. He has some cool songs on there. He has some honorable songs on there, content-wise, but musically didn't really feel it. And Quavo, I feel like he suffers the most when he's not with his group, and it shows on that song, Tiptoes. My Type, that features a P. Pablo Freak Leak sample, and from that song I get a City Girls vibe. I kind of like the way Saweetie comes on the track. You can really hear that Bay Area accent, that Bay Area hypeness, but it kind of sounds a lot like City Girls. And on one of these other songs, she sounds a lot like Cardi B, and I'll get to that later. The song Emotional, there's a lot going on in this song, production-wise.
One call, she pull up pronto. She do what I say so. Drip till her tiptoe.
There's cowbells, there's G-funk synths, there's a high BPM, but a slow piano on the chorus. There's auto-tune singing, there's rapping, all over the place. An ambitious song, and I can hear the potential in it, but just not my cup of tea personally. Dipped in Ice, this is another song where I want to quote some lyrics that had me pause and make me go back and say, did that really just happen? So Saweetie said, got that AP watch, got that AP brain. When I bust it on his face, he gonna make it rain. So I appreciate the AP brain mention, because how often do you hear rappers mention AP, advanced placement, which are the honors courses that you take in high school, college credit courses. How often do you hear that mentioned in a song? But at this point in the project, to say AP watch, bust it on his face, make it rain, there have just been so many variations and references, unclever references to jewelry and sex. By the time they got to that bar, it was just kind of like, it was tiring. But I do appreciate the AP brain mention. Saweetie is a graduate of USC, so she probably knows a lot about that AP lifestyle. Lots of homework, very hard tests. 1 of 1. This is where I feel like Saweetie sounds a lot like Cardi B. And on My Type, she sounded a lot like City Girls to me. It's kind of hard for me to listen to an artist who sounds so much like someone else. And even with someone like Roddy Ricch, who's from my city, he's from LA, and you guys know about my West Coast bias. I'll review a lot more West Coast albums than not, and I give those artists a lot more chances. But even an artist like Roddy Ricch, he's from LA, but there are times where he just sounds so much like Future, I can't listen to it. I'd rather just listen to Future. Originality and authenticity are a big part of the hip-hop listening experience to me. So maybe Saweetie, I don't know too much about her ethnic background. Maybe she's part Latina, so maybe it's just the accent that comes out that makes, that bears a similarity with Cardi B, but even down to the flow. Y'all gonna tell me that this don't sound like Cardi B? On One of One, there's another lyric I want to quote, cringeworthy. Talk a lot of shit, these bitches can't get wet. Talk a lot of shit like I got a big dick. I pull up in the skirt, hit you with the stick shift. You know what I'm saying? So it's more empty lyrics. It's not like the flow is making up for the lyrics. Rappers like Young Thug, he might say some wild, crazy, bland, even at times, lyrics in the song, but his flow is really the thing to pay attention to. There's not much here. So yeah, my major thing with this EP by Saweetie, compared to the High Maintenance EP, on the High Maintenance EP, there was more variation in song topics. Even if you want to argue there weren't, I feel like she was able to flip topics a lot better. Songs like BAN, her rapping sounds very good. She sounds very comfortable on that song.
Sam Jackson, you took an L, got no juice, that's Pulp Fiction. I've been in my bag, I got LVs on my tags. Got your role models in my phone and they all wanna smash.
Or even on Good to Good off the High Maintenance EP. It felt like a little bit more originality on the High Maintenance EP. On the ICY EP, there seemed like a concerted effort to throw Saweetie in the same lane as her peers. But where's the differentiating factor? I feel like at first Saweetie had more of a chill girl from Oakland vibe going on, and that's a lane that's really not being occupied right now. That chill girl lacks. Based on the freestyles that I saw from her early, that's the vibe that I got from her. Now she comes with the the even more sexualized lyrics. She was rapping about sex before, but on this IC thing, it's overkill. The getting men for money, extorting men for money. Again, she rapped about that before, but here it's put on the forefront. It's overkill. So my question would be, where is the differentiating factor? Where is she gonna, differentiate herself? Because you're not gonna do City Girls better than City Girls does City Girls. And I really like that period project from last year, City Girls period. I wouldn't even say it's a guilty pleasure. I'll bump that. Beats is banging. With the ICEP, it feels like Saweetie is just another fish in a large pond full of fish. Not comparing women to animals. I feel like Saweetie's differentiating factor, which, was her image, has now been transformed to fit in with the rest. There are some times on this project where you could tell she's still getting her flow together, she's still building up her rapping skills. In her Hot 97 interview, I think she said that she had just began rapping a couple years ago. There's some points where her flow sounds kind of awkward, but I don't think it's a big enough deal to where it ruins the project. Yeah, to me this is a pretty average project. I'd give it 2.5 stars. It does little to establish who she is as an artist. It's kind of just there. Shout out to Saweetie, shout out to the Bay Area. Hopefully she continues to find herself as a rapper, find what her image is going to be. She seems to be, trying out a couple different things. My main word would be to find a way to differentiate yourself, whether that be through image, through stepping up the rapping skills, like someone like Megan Thee Stallion. Folks aren't really touching Megan Thee Stallion's way she's able to flow. Her delivery sounds very polished. maybe try some different beats or borrow from some of what the girls in Oakland are doing right now. There's a lot of great women rappers in the Bay Area right now. Girls in the Hood are dope. RIP Nia. But yeah, top5rapwebsite.com. Peace.